Okay, so now what? We've been through the motions. You realize you are in a simulation of sorts. Okay, one of the primary questions that most people will have in the back of their mind is, okay, so if I'm consciousness, like what is consciousness's true nature? What am I? All the rest of it. All those questions are kind of pointless, really. But I will shed some light on your true nature. You are life itself, okay? And however life is computing this experience, you can never know, okay? You are life itself. But as far as being light, you also have components with you. You're not just one energy. Life as an energy has a shadow, right? And the shadow of life is death. At the same time, you are light as well. Light, yeah? Because you use light to create. And the shadow aspect of light is darkness, right? You are a spectrum, okay? And at the same time, you are sound. So you are an emergent point, yeah? The rest of you, we can't fathom. But even from the tiny bit that we have, you are life, light and sound, and all the shadow components of it as well. So let me show you something. So when you think about it, right, this is life. Life has a shadow, yeah, which is death. Light, darkness, sound, silence, okay? Now when you think about it, if there's no physical observer, yeah, the above are impossible to describe, yeah? So when I say that, what do I mean? Without a person experiencing life, which will mean that they will die, all that exists is life. Maybe this way will be a little bit clearer. If there's nothing in the way, nothing physical here, there is no shadow, so there's no darkness. It's only light. If there's nobody to hear the sound, there is no silence and there is no sound. You can't explain what's actually going to happen here. It's impossible. Your mind can't even fathom it. That's why I keep telling you, we don't actually know what sound actually is. We see sound itself in this dimension takes the form of an emergent point. Sound is far more complicated than you can imagine because you won't be able to describe sound anyway. Yeah, and at the same time, if there's nobody there, you can't observe the silence, yeah? You observe the stillness in the emergent point, but you won't be able to experience the sound or the silence, okay? Now, separation makes the experience of the full spectrum possible. So life has to separate itself in order for it to be able to experience itself as life. But then when it does that, it will die. Light has to be able to separate itself so it can experience darkness by putting something here. The only thing that it can put here is a part of itself because there's nothing here. Emergent point, yeah? It'll have to separate itself so it can experience darkness and light. But then that will mean that it experiences the other side of itself, okay? Same applies with sound, you know. Once you put a hearer or an observer there, you're able to decipher the sound and the silence, okay? Cool. So in essence, it's something like this, yeah? Zeros and ones, okay? Bro, they put this stuff all around you all the time. You guys don't even notice. Anyway, it's not there. It's in the signs of the dream. It's already there. Anyway, so separation, you or the OP, your observation point, this is you, right? Once you're there, you actually then cast a shadow. So you start to experience this and this. It's up to you which direction you go into. You can go into this direction and you fuck up every single time. or you realize that you were this and you head back to singularity. Okay? Got it? But at the same time, every time you come and fall into death and the illusion of separation, oh yeah, this is really important actually. Every time you come here and you fall, you go into this mode, this side of the spectrum, not that side of the spectrum, and you fall into death and the illusion of separation. That data is stored. That data doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, it's stored. It's the echoes of memories. Yeah, memories in the computer device. Yeah. Echoes of memories. And this is what we know as the collective subconscious. It's one mind, it's one awareness experiencing itself, because there is only one life. There's only one light. There's only one sound. Think what you want. Anyway, so when people ask the question, oh, what if I die? This is doubt and fear. You're drawing information from this because you're connected to this. This is somehow connected to you because you're tethered to it. This is the collective subconscious, right? So the echoes are there, and that's where thoughts stream from. Yeah? But you don't have to listen to this. You just have to be aware of the truth. Okay? Anyway, so because you don't remember, well, some of us, we do. Your only reference point is this. That's why when a situation happens and you go into your head and you start thinking about it, what happens? This starts to flow. Ooh. So fear and all those things come from thoughts. Yeah? It's because you don't have a reference point, because you don't remember that you are actually this whole thing separating itself to experience itself. You think you are Charlie or Tom, whoever the fuck that is. So all those things, doubts and fears, they exist in the cloud, if you like. And that's what you're experiencing. Death rules over physicality, okay? So therefore, no physicality, aka attachment, no death. Okay? So if you're not attached to the hardware, you just realize you're the software. You can break the disk, it doesn't matter, you exist. Okay? Full experience, no death, reaching singularity with life, which is your true nature. You got it? Cool.